All right, let's go to running backs.
Marcus Mariota is on a one-year deal, right? I mean,
He's better than J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah. Anyway.
With running backs, just to mention, Kyle Monangai and Kenneth Gainwell are just over 50% rostered, so it's worth checking your leagues if they're out there. They don't meet our threshold, so we can't start with them. But we can start with Devin Neal.
But if they were available,
they would be the top guys here.
Over
the guys we have to move to, like Devin Neal, who's 97% available. Obviously, this is because Alvin Kamara is hurt right now. He got a 74% snap rate. He was the guy after Kamara left the game. 7 rush attempts, only 18 rushing yards, but what you care about here is the 5 catches for 43 receiving yards as well. And we got to hear from the young running back on an increased role in this Saints offense.
I just think it's just more opportunity for me just to keep showing what I can do. More opportunities to show that I can be an all-around back and that I can play in this league and be sufficient and be efficient on the ground, catching the ball and pass blocking and do it all. I just handle my business the same. I like I said yesterday, I prepare the same way I prepare, like I'm going to play every snap. I've done that this entire season, and nothing's going to change in that aspect.
So Devin Neal, guys, he's got the Dolphins, which, if Kamara's down, Devin Neal becomes a fringe RB2 on volume?
Yeah, I mean, look, the problem is you have Taysom Hill there, who had 10 rushing attempts last week, including 5 red zone attempts. Taysom Hill torturing fantasy managers since, I think, 1973.
It's like Tyler Algier level work.
He really, it's unbelievable. Like, just, again, I tell my daughters, find somebody that looks at you the way any coach ever looks at Taysom Hill, apparently, especially when they get him close. But to your point about Devin Neal, once Kamara went down, he played 88% of the snaps. He got 100% of the running back touches, 16% target share in Week 12. A guy that was more of a pass catcher than I think we thought he might be.
I was surprised by that. Yeah.
Same, but again, no Kendre Miller, no Alvin Kamara. It's not serious on Kamara in terms of it's not season ending. But, he's going to miss a few weeks here, and so Devin Neal will split some time with Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill only qualifies at tight end on most formats, so it's not like, but he is going to be used as a running back. So he's half of a bad running back room, Jay.
The issue, too, is that Miami apparently have an amazing run defense now.
Yeah.
After having an atrocious run defense the first half of the season, and now they've really bounced back. They're able to largely shut down Derrick Henry, James Cook, Bijan Robinson. Like, they've turned into a very solid run defense as they've figured some things out up front. But the reality is Devin Neal, there's a good chance that he's a starting running back for an NFL team. And that guy just has to be rostered. And then after Miami, you don't love at Tampa Bay either. There will be dump-offs, and then Carolina and the Jets. So, he should be rostered everywhere.
Yeah.
Stylistically reminded me of Ray Davis. So nothing fancy, but we'll get the job done. This one from Mick Genuine, Neal or Emmanuel Wilson?
It depends on, it's all about Jacobs, right? I mean, but it's the Thursday night game, so you'll know. I would say Neal for the rest of the season, because once Jacobs comes back, Wilson doesn't matter. But if I knew as we sit here today that Jacobs was going to miss the Thursday game as well, Wilson over Neal this week. Yeah, not close.
Yep. Our next running back is Cris Rodriguez Jr., guys, 83% available. They do have the Broncos, as we pointed out, coming off of the bye week here, Matthew. This backfield has started to change a little bit in terms of touches.
Yeah, I mean, so had 16 touches, played 45% of the snaps in Week 11. Again, they were down, so you see some Jeremy McNichols there. But it does seem like, and, we talked about this like 2 weeks ago, speaking of the beat reporters, your colleagues,
all of them.
Connor, talking about how the fact that they liked Cris Rodriguez. I remember talking to JP Finley, who, speaking of the good beat reporters, JP Finley is one of the best. Works for NBC Sports in Washington, D.C. He's covered the Commanders for a long, long time. He's one of my go-tos. He's unbelievable. And he said, Cris, he goes, all 3 guys are getting in the mix. This was prior to the last game we saw him with, I believe it was the Lions game. But he said Cris Rodriguez over Ja'Cory Cross-Keymeret. Now, out of the bye, maybe they have the rookie. Rodriguez is somebody that's been in and out of the team, on the practice squad. I think they feel like there's probably more of a future and upside with Cross-Keymeret. But for this game right now, they may trust Rodriguez a little bit more. I mean, he's been like 3 straight games with a goal-to-go rushing attempt. He scored in 2 of the last 3 games. He's actually been kind of effective in this offense. So
still more of a deeper league option, just given the matchup against Denver, their brutal run defense, coming off the bye, and Washington's 6.5-point favorites there. I think that line is baking in some chance that Jaden Daniels goes, though certainly not expecting him to play.
No, not expecting him to play as well. Again, Yeah, Rodriguez, I think the schedule gets a little bit easier for Washington after Denver. Again, he might be a tough start this week, but if he separates himself even more from Bill, they're at Minnesota, at the Giants over the next 2. Then they're home to Philadelphia, so you know. But he might be usable in 2 of the next 3 weeks.
Yep. A lot of people in the chat wondering if Amarian Hampton is indeed activated off IR. Do you start him right away?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, they're playing Las Vegas, and I know the Raiders actually have a better run defense than you would give them credit for. But yes, I think I get the questions about the offensive line. I get the question we haven't seen it. Not the easiest matchup, but yes. I mean, he's my ride or die. So I would start him immediately in every league that I have him in if he is activated, and please let him be activated.
Our deeper league targets, Bashal Tootin does meet our threshold, 52% available, as does Tyler Algier. He's on this list every single week.
Yeah.
56% available.
Tough game last week for Tootin, but I still believe in the talent, and
right.
They do play Tennessee, so hopefully gets more work this week.
Speaking of Tennessee, of course, Tajay Spears makes our list because he always does. He'll get you a couple catches, and he won't give you a goose egg, so that's good.
Death taxes and Tajay Spears on a Tuesday waiver show.
Hopefully Michael Carter can do the same for you if you have to play him. Jaleel McLaughlin scored the last time we saw Denver play, but not a lot of usage, Matthew. Good luck figuring out the Denver back.
Yeah, I want no part of that. Bam Knight and Michael Carter is just because we don't know for sure that Trey Benson's going to get activated. Obviously, if Benson gets activated, you don't love either of those guys. Although Carter, in a game in which they're probably trailing on the road at Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay's so good at the run defense, Carter might have some deep league flex appeal because they use him more in the passing game. Bam Knight catches some passes as well. Last one I want to mention, though, Ashton Genty got banged up. Pete Carroll says it's not serious, but of course, Pete Carroll says every injury is not serious. Like, I saw Pete Carroll at a funeral once, and he said, it's a cold. I'm just, Pete Carroll, is not the most accurate guy when it comes to injury analysis. He claims
it's not analysis.
Yeah, exactly. He's just he's coming back any day now. Don't worry about it. This is just it's a flesh wound.
Yeah, the binary outcomes of breathing, not breathing don't apply to Pete Carroll.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.